Okay, our mission today is to furl the foam. I was furling the raffia, which it had a good result. The first thing I did with the raffia was I did a um, overhand knot, which is right here, and it knots well. It's strong. When you spread the material out, it's very brittle, but when you knot it, it's very strong. And then I furled it. I just wanted to see how it held tension, and it holds really well. It furls quite nicely, um, and so that could be an extended body of a fly. But I don't. Well, we've done it before, and anyway, it's kind of anticlimactic. But then I tried to furl this with the foam, and then I started furling foam, and I wanted to see how thin you could get the foam to furl. And I started with like a 2 centimeter strip like this, and I furled it. And I'll do it for you. I'll show you what it looks like. Kind of getting it flush with flat sides. Yeah. So starting kind of flush, and then uh, creating that tension just with my finger. And then when you're so with the foam, you have to distribute the tension as you're going. So you do a couple wraps, and then you kind of distribute it with your offhand. Um, the If you just keep going without distributing it, all the tension is going to be on the bottom. So you kind of release some of that tension, add tension toward the middle, and then do a couple more wraps, and then do a couple more wraps. And the goal is to try to get as even a furl as possible. Let's do a couple more. But you can see it holds a lot of tension. And then you change hands, and then you let it wrap. And that could be, that's very thick, obviously, and not very clean, but that could be an extended body. So I wanted to get it slimmer, and then I wanted to see how strong it is. So I then did a 1 centimeter section of foam. I'll cut one out here. Big scissors. So it did the 1 centimeter section and got it flush with itself. Start doing the wraps, distributing the tension, and wrap, 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 wrap. There's most tension in the middle. That's actually okay. It's better in the middle than toward the bottom. Let's do a couple more, but we're almost there. Oh, snapped it. That's okay. That's okay. Let's get another 1 centimeter section, and then we're going to add a wrinkle. We'll add a wrinkle. So we got our next 1 centimeter section, and then we're gonna add a piece of like 10 pound, 15 pound mono. cut that a little shorter. And then find the halfway point. Yeah. Draw it down. You want the mono tight like the foam, which is a little bit hard. Let's try again. The idea being the mono adds strength. Okay, let's start our wraps. Distribute the tension. A little bit more. Okay. If I had a tool, I think I could get even more tension if I didn't use my finger, but maybe the finger is the safe way to go. So once you have it at this point, you find the midpoint, you double it over itself, you pinch both ends with this hand, you slide it off your index, and then you let it furl. That's not nearly tight enough, but this would be like the result you get, and that would be some kind of extended body. So in terms of like a strength test, adding the mono in there, you can't pull it apart, which is good. It rips here, but I don't think an extended body, I think an extended body realistically would be like inch and a half. So like from here, it's pretty hard to pull apart. I did 2 pieces of foam. It turned out quite nice. And then I did a piece of foam with fly line. And that is super strong, but not very clean looking. So let's do a furled body hopper. A yellow would be nice to have, but I guess we will do, do I have a big sheet of brown? I must. We have this brown. We have this brown I used to create a stud pattern for my Sims wading boots. That project was an epic failure. Well, I guess we'll stick with the green. We'll cut a 1 centimeter section with the green 2 mil. We'll furl it with the 10-pound mono, 15-pound mono, I don't know what it is. And maybe just to be safe, we double the mono. You could use a thicker mono. I haven't done that yet. So we'll get 1 section of mono, and then we'll do another. I'm using orange because I thought it might look cooler, but I don't think it matters. Maybe clear would be better. So we have our 1 centimeter section of 2 millimeter foam. We have 2 pieces of monofilament, and we'll try to furl this up. Find the midway point. Bring it back down. Bring it back down. I think you want the mono, in this case, as tight as possible, even tighter than the foam. Bring it back down. Try to get it as tight as possible. The foam's a little bit off, but I think it doesn't matter. And we'll give it a spin. Yeah, the mono slipping. Let's start again. Let's start again. I need to even the mono out on this side. Yeah, okay. Now I have more to play with on that side, so I'm fine. I'm trying to get it as tight as possible. Start our wraps. And work our thumb down to this section down here. The foam is creating the tension, the mono is not. The mono is just kind of sitting with the foam. Distribute the tension. We need more tension. Wrap, wrap, wrap. We need more tension on top. You're looking for the coils to be the same width. So the coils are tighter down here, looser up here. So we need to work on the top part only. Spin and hold. All right, that looks pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. Find the midway point, pinch it, bring it, make that V shape. And then with this hand, grab the base, hold everything. It's not going to come undone. There's a one point. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. So we got the shape, but we have loose mono on the end, which looks real dumb. I don't think we can pull it tight. We'll try. I don't think we can though. There's too much going. And there's no way. So the only thing we could do is kind of try to respin it, which we shall. Shall we? Maybe it doesn't matter. You could cut it. Again, the mono's not providing any tension. We just want it to add strength, and you can't pull it apart. So maybe if we just snip the loose ends off and then like touch it with glue, then the reinforcement is still there. I don't think a fish would ever grab the end of it and rip it. Yeah, so I think we'll ride with this. The good thing about this is you can let it go and it maintains the shape. 2 pieces of foam. If you go bigger than 1 centimeter, it doesn't look good. But so you could do a 2 centimeter pieces, and then if you get a wider body, wide enough for cicada. I haven't done three pieces yet, so I don't know what that would look like. But today we're going hopper, and this is going to be a pretty chubby hopper. So let's find a hook. Let's find a good hook. I'm thinking maybe a wider, extended body. We'll see what it looks like. I thought I had some sitting here. Wider, extended body. There's a size 12. Thought I had a 10. Yeah, there's a 10. So this hook is super short shank, very fat gap. I think we'll use that one. Our furl. Let's just. I'm gonna redo the furl. I just want to see what it looks like. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's redo this because it was a mess. We're gonna go for gold this time. Go for gold. Okay. Maybe just do one piece of mono. One piece of mono on the extended body. Find the midsection of the foam. Find the midsection of the mono. That's not the midsection of the foam. There we go. Then we will wrappy. Ooh, this is turning out better. I don't know how I did it, but the foam is hiding the mono, so that means the mono is running inside the foam. And when we do our furl, then hopefully you can't even see the mono. I don't know how I did that. Get it tight. I can feel the mono tighter on my finger. I think it's because I got a better anchor on the mono for this wrap. So it has some tension as well. If you do too much tension around the mono, it'll cut through the foam. So I think let's stop while we're ahead. We'll find that midpoint. We'll double it back over itself. Grab the ends, the two ends, pinching it in one hand, then slide it off your index, and then furl it up. Now it wasn't perfect. It was far from perfect. Far from perfect. But better than our last attempt. I'm working it back and forth to try to distribute the tension. But it would be nice to get that mono a little bit tighter in there. I think we're gonna have to live with it. This one's weird because the base is wrapped tighter than the midpoint, and it's usually the midpoint is wrapped tighter than the base. Try again. Or live with this. We'll just live with it. Let's clip it this time. So now we'll clip it to maintain that integrity. Let's see on our hook what it looks like. I mean, doesn't look, but the hook gap is good. Extended body is not. I want to try one more. We're going to keep that one, but I want to try one more. Try one more even thinner piece of foam. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Add the mono, don't add the mono. I'm trying to think of how you can strengthen it without adding mono. A rubber? No, I think the rubber would even be worse than the mono. I'm gonna do just no mono. Just straight foam. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. So when I spin lower down, it decreases the tension up top. But what's happening down below is it's getting super tight. And if I keep doing this, it's going to break. So I think we let the bottom go out a bit. Let the bottom go. And now I'm holding it here so it's not adding more tension there. And then I'm gonna add more. The tension, with the problem with the foam is the tension doesn't distribute well. But if you can do it even, it's tight, but I don't think it's very even. Let's do a little bit more. That's pretty tight. Let's find the midpoint, give it a pinch, and bring it back. Collect the bottom, or now it's the top. Slide it off. And then let it furl. We only need like an inch and a half for the body. Which one's better? Which one's better? We'll do no mono. The fear, like you could pull this and rip it. I'm giving it a decent amount of tension here. It's not ripping, but if I give it more, it'll rip. It'll rip. It's got a nice like braided look, which is good. Yeah, we'll go with this. Clip it. Okay. So yeah, there's our two bodies. 1 and 2. This one you can see like it's more narrow at the base and then wider here, and that's the reverse. If I want a taper, I want it tapered toward the end. This one is not perfect, but it's better than that one. So we'll go with this one. The hook we're using is, I think it was this hook, this extended body hook. There's not a lot of real estate on the shank to tie in. So the hook will be mostly, or the fly will be just mostly the foam. We'll have to figure out a wing. We'll have to figure out legs. And then ahead, I was thinking I don't know if grasshoppers are straight green, but we'll just go with it. The thread. Yeah, I want a little bit wider thread so I don't cut through the foam. I think the 140 is fine. And slide that through. Pull that up. Let's do thread base. Give it a trim. Add our extended body. I wonder if you could thread the hook through. That would be interesting. No, it's on the vise. I have to tie off. I guess we're gonna skip that. How much body do we need? This much body. Okay. Make it longer. I think that is good. It's almost double, a little more than double the shank length. And let's do a loose wrap. 2 loose wraps. I think I'll work on the positioning here. Okay. And tighten it down. Tighten it down. Okay. Yeah. It's sitting nice. Give it a trim. Maybe more. All right. Not as good as I thought it would be. So foam body, rubber legs. Oh, no. Foam body, natural legs. So I was knotting legs. I think you put the legs on now. And I was using hackles for the knotted legs. You could use pheasant tail. But I think the old Dave's Hopper pattern used hackles. And I have one I did. Where did it go? Oh yeah, here it is. So I knotted the leg, but instead of trimming and then knotting, I knotted and then trimmed, and I like it more. The knees got a little bit more character, and so we're gonna do the same style. How I knot the hackle is I go from the butt end, and then I give it a loop, and then I pinch it so it's looped over, and then I just take the butt end and feed it through the loop. Because I want the butt end to be the thigh and then thinner. You have to think about spacing So you work the knot down just enough to where you're satisfied with the length of the thigh. I go thigh length is most important here. So let's measure about the same. Okie dokie. And that's pretty strong, much stronger than like a pheasant tail. You have to kind of work the trapped fibers from the knee joint out and then kind of tighten it down. But that's going to be our leg. Might look stupid with a foam body and a natural leg. And then I'm going to just cut a taper for the thigh and then cut a taper for the bottom part of the leg. Oh, there's one cut. And then we'll do one more cut. And then just kind of preen those. See, so you can see what you're working with. That's good enough. And then the last thing you do is just trim out the knee joints. And we have our leg. Hopper leg. Hopper leg extends past the, what is that, the thorax or the abdomen? I don't know. I think it extends about, yeah, same length maybe. Let's do same length. Tied in, concaved out so it's sticking out a little bit. And then we'll do this one, same style. Too loose. Ooh, with the legs, it looks starting to look like a hopper. This one's pretty wonky. Let's try to correct that before it's too late. Getting even wonkier. All right. Turning it in a little bit more, then I'm pressing it down, and then I'm tightening. Yeah, now it's sitting right. Okay, let's trim off the legs. Thinking about the head, I love the deer hair head of the Dave's hopper. I think that's just like the classic. But a deer hair head on a foam body fly is not common. Kind of counter. Oh, now our legs going the other direction. Did a full spin. Okay, thinking about the head. You could do like a bullet-shaped wrap over. You could do a bullet-shaped with deer hair wrapped over. That might be good. Bullet-shaped with the deer hair wrapped over, trim out the bottom, leave a little bit kind of extended. Let's try that. So that would be like a altroth style salmon fly head. You need longer hair. Moose would be good. It's got nice long fibers. The color is a little bit darker. A lighter color would be better. A different color foam would have been the best. Green is not a good choice. Yeah. We'll try the natural. We'll try the natural. Okay, we'll do the natural. More than you think. You cut out more than you think you need for this. Usually you want to be cognizant of the amount, you adding more material generally is not better, but for this, we're going to need more because we're going to lose some. I'm thinking about how the wing is going to look on it. If you need to add anything else, I don't think we do. So let's cut out our deer hair. Darker. Lighter, darker, lighter, darker, lighter. I think we go, let's go darker, just for the hell of it. I have never done this style head with moose. This is moose body hair. Moose body hair is quite buoyant. It doesn't flare very well. It's very stiff. And it has a lot of under fur. So we'll have to remove it with our dirty toothbrush. Dirty toothbrush. And then I want to figure out how to tie something with this under fur in the shorts. Haven't gotten around to that. All right. I think normally you'd want to stack. Yeah, we'll stack. We'll stack. Ooh, stacker, where are you? I stack with the hollow tube, just a plastic tube, and then knock it in, and then I just do it on my hand. I want to see it stacking, and I'm not pounding. I know a lot of guys with like a big metal stacker, but I'm doing it a little bit different. And then with the wider tube, using your hand, it's easier to get the material out. I don't think I have enough. And then I have some shorts on top. I need to measure how much I need. I don't think I have enough. And then I think also the head is going to be small, but let's just go for it. Let's go for it. So why I chose the dark is because I could add dark to the bottom of the fly. If I were actually in the game, I could add some dark to the bottom of the fly. Got our butts, transfer the material. This is the absolute best skill to learn when you're fly tying, transferring material. So with your index finger, you're pinching material with one hand, place your index, remove, and then you trap it, replace, and then with the thumb, you can move it to your other hand. It's the essential skill. And now I'm going to transfer again to this hand. and tie in. Close to the eye of the hook, let's spin our thread, creating a tighter thread cord. One more time, visualize the length of the wing and give it a tie. Too loose. That hook eye is quite small, and the moose body is quite it's thick. It's not like deer hair. Deer hair you can really squeeze in there, but the moose body hair is a little bit thicker, so I need to be careful it doesn't slip over the eye of the hook before I get enough tension. And I'm slowly adding tension. I'm not cinching it down, I'm just slowly adding tension. And slowly adding tension, hair starting to flare. I think it's good. I'm going to let it go. And now it spins, slow spinner. Oh, it looks good. The hair bunched together looks quite nice. I think we made a good call here. Slowly adding tension. Okay. Let's trim out the butts. I should have cut better initially. And then I'm cutting flared, so the front of the head is wider than the base of the head, because I want it to have character. And if it's a silhouette, then having like the head narrow is not ideal. Head wide, fat head. We want fat head. Okay. I'm gonna check one more time just to see that the tension is good. Now I want to advance the thread to the back of the head, and then we'll fold our hair back, and our tie down point will be this back of the head here. Okay, now the thread is positioned, legs are good. One last trim. I don't know what you would call this, but I'm now spreading it. Before I fold the hair back, I want to spread it to get a good distribution, and then so the hairs aren't crossing over each other. There's a lot of flies that use this technique, like Thunder Creek minnow is a streamer pattern that uses this technique. So I find the eye and maybe give it a little push. Yeah, eye's good. Check my distribution, and then thumb and index, just push it back. And this is going to take several, you can't do this in one go. You have to work the material multiple times. Now I've got the top trapped. I'm working the bottom, pressing, Top is still trapped, sides are trapped. Top is still trapped, sides are trapped, bottom is not. Pinching the bottom. Got the sides, got the top. One more time. One side wasn't tight. Got the sides, got the top. Got the bottom. Still a little loose. One more time. Got the sides, got the top, got the bottom. Again. And that's good. And then the head is nice and wide as well. Now I'm gonna wrap the head clean. I want clean. I don't want the hairs crossing over each other. And then wrap the head again. And one more time. That's 3 wraps on the head. Let the body go. Check our distribution. Head is at least the same width as the body, so that's good. And then the length of the wing over the back is also good. We'll trim the underside because there's hair on the underside as well. We'll trim that out. One more time. Maybe you could have tied the legs in after you tied the head in. The legs are now, maybe you would do that. Didn't think about that, but let's tie it off. Whip finish tool. Where's my whip finish tool? I've got like 3 of these things I can never find. Let's go without it. I'll do a finger. Cross it over. Wrap it once. We lost it. Oh, that was dangerous. We could have lost the tension on the head. And tighten it down. That's 1. 1, 2, 3. Tighten it down. Let's do one more. Because the wide thread collar doesn't look bad in this case. 1, 2, 3. And slowly cinch. Okay, it's tight. Trim. We were almost perfect. One hair is up. And we did that during our whip finish. We'll trim that off. We'll check the underbody. And we'll knock off the hair sticking up. We don't want to cut them flush. It'd be nice if there's still a little bit something there. But it doesn't have to be that long. Take a little bit more off. Okay, so it's got a little collar, but not long. Just our legs. Sides, take some of the sides off. And finally, the length of our beautiful legs, we determine. A little bit wonky. This one, the legs, you can see this one is sitting perfect. This one is sitting crooked, but it's too late to do anything about that now. It's good enough. So we'll take down the legs. A little trim there. Okay. I don't tie enough on the extended body hook. A lot of people tie caddis larva on this hook because it has a nice slow bend toward the on the bend of the hook, but I don't think that's the hook gap is really wide, and so tying a nymph on this, there's a lot that can catch the bottom, everything. But it's a very light hook with a wide gap for a dry fly, and that to me is quite attractive. So this thing will float will float well. But there's our hopper dopper finished. Thank you. It was a touch and go for a moment, but we accomplished our mission. A furled foam body hopper with a moose mane head and hackle legs. Yes, classic and contemporary. Thank you.